some water?
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Okay guys, well, let's start getting underway. We have two closing mics. We'll just do start getting guys raise a hand, getting questions in, we'll just get to them, okay? We want to volunteer for the talk?
Hi Andy.
Hi.
How long did yesterday's selection meeting last, or was it all pretty much decided before then?
No, it lasted longer than we thought it would have done. Actually, we thought we've had obviously plenty of chats, as you can imagine, and thrashed things out thoroughly over the last 5 or 6 weeks. But letting it get down to the wire, I think is important, because it gives people time to reflect on what they think it should really come down to. So I thought yesterday morning we boxed it off within an hour or so, and that started at 8 o'clock, and at 3 o'clock we were still going. So that says it all, really, doesn't it? I mean, and that's how it should be. It should be unbelievably difficult, because that means we've got a talented squad to go to Australia.
What do you like about Henry Pollock? And at what point did he become a genuine contender for the tour?
Like everyone else, you're watching all the games, and it isn't just about the last month or so. You as a rugby coach, you know who's on the upward curve and who's coming through, etc., and you know who's on the verge of making test squads and etc. But when you see a player, doesn't matter what age, performing like he has, when people have been waiting to see whether he can do it in the big games or week after week in consistency, etc., I think it's there for all to see, really.
Andy, how close was Andy Farrell to the selection and obviously in the conversation?
Yeah, in the conversation, obviously. An experienced player like that, probably going for his 4th tour visit. You cover all bases. That's for sure, with the leadership qualities and all of that. But we got to a point where, like a few other players as well, we feel that Owen's still trying to find his way a little bit back to fitness, and like others, there's 38 picked, which leaves a couple of slots open for us down the track if and when needed, and Owen, like a few other guys as well, would be in that type of bracket.
And has there been any deal reached with the French clubs in terms of early release at this stage?
No. So obviously Blur is the guy that's selected in that regard. But if Toulouse manage to get through to the final, he'll come out after that.
And Maro, could I just ask what this means to you, how you found out, and your emotions at the moment?
No, it means an awful lot. It's it's a tremendous honour. It's something that has been very humbling. It's been a bit of a surreal experience, to be honest. We found out in or around 3:34 on Tuesday afternoon. I got this mysterious Irish number calling me, and found out when I picked up it was a Wigan accent that I was hearing. After a little bit of misunderstanding, we got to the question.
Not because of the accent, by the way, just because the phone was breaking up.
But no, it's just been incredible, and I'm just very excited to get going.
Andy, Caelan Doris is probably someone who would have been in the mix, I'm sure. Have you spoken to him about his decision?
I have, and you can imagine, Murray, he's devastated. Yeah, he would have definitely been in the mix. Such an experienced player and leader. It's devastating for people like that. but the stories are constant in every single tour, aren't they? And sport can be cruel sometimes, but Caelan will be back bigger and stronger.
And can I just ask what you like about the 3 out halves you've picked in the squad?
I think if you look at Finn and Finn, the 2 genuine out fly halves who play a fantastic brand of rugby, and Marcus, whether it be 10-15 or 15-10, that type of blend is pretty important. Just going for 3 out and out fly halves is a different type of balance, and we need to cover all bases in that regard, as you can see with the likes of Elliot Daly, Tommy Freeman playing out of position, etc.
Andy, hi.
Hi.
With your sort of knowledge and perspective of previous Lions groups, this is quite a young group, I think, and with not so many returning Lions. I haven't done the numbers, but that's how it feels.
Yeah.
I just wonder, do you have an idea of the potential of this group? Because it's not a group that's been back loads of times. It's a group that
No, you're right.
to get going.
So I was told this morning that 26 guys are on the first tour, and 9 guys are on the second tour. And those 9 guys, the first tour was the 21 tour, which was a completely different type of tour. So it's new enough and fresh enough to everyone. So it's up to us who, amongst the staff and the likes of Maro, etc., to make sure they understand what it is that's coming, but also understand how we're going to attack it and make this a special tour for everyone.
Andy.
Hi.
Hi there. Jeremy from All Things Rugby here. You were capped very early as a rugby league player. How much did that influence your decision to bring Henry Pollock in? And also, you probably played and been involved with matches against Australia as much as any other country throughout your career, both codes. Can you just talk to us a little bit about what playing and travelling and the challenges of going down to Australia and taking them on as a sporting nation?
Well, that's a long question, but anyway, I'll try to get there. You might remind me in a second what the other part was, but if you're good enough, you're old enough. That's 100%. I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff that that is constant, really, about young kids that are coming through. That is, he's confident, he's cocky, and this is not just about Henry. This is about youngsters in general. But what do we want? Do we want a kid to show his confidence as a 23-year-old, 24-year-old instead of 20? It's just about the here and now, isn't it? If he's performing against the type of quality that he has been doing, then he's ready. He's ready to compete, and I think you'll see the fight in him. I think everyone can see that anyway. I'm sure he'll push all the others that didn't realise that he was coming, and I'm sure that he'll relish that. But as far as Australia is concerned, I think everyone can see with the autumn series, the improvement there, and then the flow of Super Rugby, of how the club sides over there have progressed and are challenging for spots because the Lions is on the horizon. I'm sure about that. It just shapes up for what we all knew in the first place, that it's going to be a hell of a tour. 2013 was exactly the same. I think with all the hype and all the tickets sold and the sheer size of what's going to happen when we get there, this is going to be a tour that's like no other.
Andy, 2 Welshmen, that's the lowest contingent from Wales. Sorry, over here.
Sorry.
2 Welshmen, that's the lowest contingent from Wales since the war. Did you feel any pressure to find that Welsh representation? And what about Thomas and Jack has impressed you? I
didn't feel any pressure at all. I think I spoke about this a few weeks ago as well, in regards to selection, not just of players but of staff as well. After we selected the squad, Ian and Ben came in, because everyone, they need to know the answers for today. And Jan and Ben were counting the numbers from different countries, and we hadn't honestly done that. It's not in our interest to do that. Everyone's an individual. Doesn't matter where you come from. So the numbers are the numbers, but the individuals deserve it. Well, they obviously, like the other 38, they've shone through in the talent that they've got and performed to the type of level that we think they can perform when it really matters under the pressure of a British and Irish Lions tour.
Okay, we'll go here and we'll finish with Mark. Okay.
And over to your right, Andy.
Sorry, we're over there first.
Sorry. Hey. Obviously, Caelan was a casualty of last weekend, fitness-wise, but in terms of form, how much did that single round of matches have an impact on selection? How much of it was burned up in your mind?
Everything gets thrown into it. Of course, there's credit in the bank from a lot of people as well. Knowing where people are as far as injury is concerned, when they're coming back, and how healthy they are going to be. So form certainly a part of the whole mix, but it's not necessarily the be all and end all. We need to be balanced about all these things.
Okay, Miles, finish with you, thanks.
Hi, Miles.
Hi, Andy. Just to return to Henry.
Yeah.
Did you need to see him play like he did at the weekend to convince you that he was going to go, or
no.
were you pretty certain that he was going before that?
I wouldn't say certain. I wouldn't say I needed convincing neither. I've watched him a couple of times live, and I like what I see. He with all top players, he's always trying to make a difference. There's an energy, there's a bounce about him of trying to make a difference, and that's how you tend to have big moments in the game, because you're searching for them, and that's what I like seeing within his game, and obviously plenty of others who have made the squad as well.
And the reaction of other players when they've played against him, and the things they've said about him, has that fed into your thoughts and feelings?
Well, obviously that's massively important, because this is what the Lions tour is all about, isn't it? It's about respect of your peers first and foremost, and I'm sure they've been fighting that out to gain that respect over the last few months, but it'll certainly continue over the next 6 weeks and beyond. Cheers.
Okay, folks, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Briefing down far in the room with Andy shortly. Here will be Ben and Jan shortly.